my little gorgeous people. Welcome to another day on my channel. Today's video, I am reacting to Scariest Internet Myths by Shane Dawson. So, I apologize in advance because, new camera, kind of new camera. I mean, I used to use this camera, but then I stopped using this camera and I decided to start using it again. So, I have to get used to it once more. So, if the lighting or anything looks weird, I'm sorry, I can't really fix it because I won't know until I upload it to my computer to send to my editor. I apologize, and it will be fixed in the next video because, as I said, I don't know and I won't know until said stuff is done. I love Shane, and like Totes would be his friend if I was not 15 and if he knew who I was. So let's just get started.
Hey, what's up you guys? Yes, welcome to another creepy video. Now today we're going to be talking about something that I am so fascinated by, and that is internet myths. Now myths have been around forever. I mean, back when I was a kid, people were talking about the boogeyman, and he would...
The boogeyman. Okay, quick thing. I remember literally my brother would terrify me with things like that. Like he'd be like, oh, the boogeyman's gonna come get you. And I would be so terrified that I would sleep with my mom and dad. And eventually, like, my mom was like, get out of our room. No, actually, it was my dad. My dad would be like, you can't sleep with us. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, you're always on my side. What is this? And in a previous video, which will be, like, somewhere on the screen, go check that out because he's no longer around.
Watch you sleep. And then when you move down your blanket, he would be right in front of you, staring in your eyes. And of course, the myth of Bloody Mary, the woman that lives in the mirror. And if you call
Bloody Mary. I remember doing that as a child. Like, me and my friends would go into the bathroom and we'd do it. Nothing happened, of course, but, like, probably because we were so terrified that we didn't do it right. Like, we would only say it once and, like, we'd be terrified, so we'd, like, turn back on the lights and nothing was there, thank gosh, but, yeah.
Call her name 3 times, she comes out and scratches your face off. Well, myths have just gotten scarier, and that's all because of the internet. Now, back in the day, it was just word of mouth, like your uncle would tell you a story that he heard from his uncle, or a kid at school would tell you something scary.
My uncle never told me stories like this. He told me about how he grew up in the hood and how he had to fight to be where he is now. And he also told me about weed. That's all my uncle did. Well, I mean, I have a lot of different uncles, but the uncle I'm talking about, and video will be like somewhere on the screen, that's what he did. He taught me something like that.
That they heard from their friend. But now with the internet, the myths have gotten so intense, and nobody really knows what's real and what's not. And today I'm going to be taking you through some of the scariest. And we are going to start with the myth of expressionless. Now this myth spread back in 2012 on Facebook. It was created on creepypasta, and everybody was talking about it because nobody knew if it was real or not. So here's the story. So back in 1972, a woman appeared in a hospital in nothing but a white blood-covered gown. Now the scariest part, the woman's face resembled a mannequin. It was almost too perfect and had no expression on it. It looked as if there was nothing inside. Now when the nurse asked this woman if she needed help, something terrifying happened.
May I help you?
What the heck? What is that? Ew!
Now if you couldn't...
What the heck? Okay, quick thing. I understand the patient's running. But those other nurses, where are you going? It's literally your job to help. What are you doing? They need to be fired.
Clearly see that there was a dead kitten inside of the expressionless woman's mouth.
That was a kitten? I thought it was hair. Never mind, I take it back. They don't need to be fired. You all should run. The girl who stayed behind the desk should be fired. Why are you still there calling for help? Leave. It's a dead kitten.
She took it out. So of course the doctors came in and took her back into the operating room, and they strapped her down because they had no idea what she was capable of. And then when the nurses tried to sedate her, she fought back.
I would just dip. Why are they still there?
Now as all the nurses were fighting with her to keep her in her chair, she looked at the doctor and made a terrifying sound. and ripped out his neck.
What? I don't approve.
Now, of course, everybody started screaming and running, and as the doctor was laying on the ground bleeding to death, he asked her what she was, and she told him. That's right. She whispered, "I am God," and then she was never seen again. Now, this is a story that went super viral, and everybody was talking about it because nobody knows really if it happened. But even if it didn't, it's still a really, really creepy story. Okay, so our next myth is especially scary to me because it involves a children's TV show. This is the myth of Mr. Bear's cellar. Supposedly, there was a local access channel that had a children's TV show on it that was starring a man in a bear costume. Well, that man in the bear costume was actually a child predator, and he was trying to lure in kids as his victims. Now,
this is why I don't trust people in costume. Like, if you, like, go to freaking any children's place, and they have the people dressed in costume. Like, I understand that's an employee, but, like, no, stay away from me. Don't touch my kid. I mean, I don't have a kid. Don't touch my family. Like, just don't touch anybody's children, please. Like, that's... I can't physically do it. I physically can't.
Here is a supposed real clip from this show. Check it out.
Oh, hello, children. I didn't see you there. It's so nice to see that you've all made it back in time for my new episode.
I mean, even if that is fake or whatever, it's still fucking terrifying. Now, since the story went viral, tons of people have come forward and said that they know of Mr. Bear and that he's real and that they know people.
See, I hate that. People only come forward after it gets brought up. Like, that pisses me off because then you never know, like, who's telling the truth, who's actually lying, and then it's just, like, this big ordeal and nobody really knows, and
people who have been abused by him. So here is the origin story of Mr. Bear. So back in 1999, there was a young boy named Elliot, and he was obsessed with Mr. Bear's show. So obsessed that he even wrote Mr. Bear a letter. Well, he got a response from Mr. Bear a week later, and it said this. "Dear Elliot, thank you ever so much for your letter. I would love to have you in my cellar. We play games, watch movies, and go fire camping in the middle of the woods. Come to my house at... I look forward to having fun with you. Love, Mr.
Wait! How old was this child? Did his parents not read this first? I'm confused. What? First of all, I would love to have you in my cellar. That is a trigger. Go fire camping in the middle of the woods. What the heck is fire camping? The fact that it was, like, in the middle of the woods, that just sounds even more weird. And then the last part, who sends, you put your address, like, you did realize that the kid's parent was probably going to read this, right?
Mr. Bear. Now, of course, Elliot was super excited about this, so he asked his dad if he could take him. Well, Elliot's dad didn't know too much about the show, so thought, well, this could be fun. Let's go.
What kind of parent?
Oh, but when they got there, what they found was an empty house that had been roped off by police. Mr. Bear had burned 16 children alive in a pit of fire behind him.
Good thing you didn't say yes right away. Could have also been your child.
His house.
I'm sorry, that
and
wasn't
the
a
man
funny
who
joke.
plays Mr. Bear ran away and hasn't been seen since. Now that one is terrifying, especially because nobody really knows the identity of Mr. Bear because it's a guy in a costume, so he could have just burned all those children, took off his mask, and blended into society. And I think that's what makes it even creepier. The guy standing next to you at Starbucks or at the movies could also be Mr. Bear. Whew, that one just really scares the shit out of me. Okay, so this next myth we're going to talk about is very famous, and I'm sure you know of it, and that is the myth of the rake. Now, the rake is a creature that supposedly...
Why are all these myths the thing that everybody knows about except me? Like, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of the rake, Mr. Bear, or the last person.
Haunts you at night. He's been described as a demon or a vampire, and supposedly seeing him or hearing his voice has actually led some people to commit suicide. So let's talk about what the rake...
Let's just look at this scene. Like, I am assuming this is from a movie. And this girl, her husband or her boyfriend or whatever this person is sleeping right next to her and doesn't wake up. Like,
described as
what?
a demon or a vampire, and supposedly seeing him or hearing his voice has actually led some people
like still sleep
to suicide.
unless this person's already dead.
Looks like he's a tall, lanky, pale-looking creature. His eyes are sunken and hollow, and his hands are large like claws. The sounds that he makes are heavy breathing, and then you hear whispering, and then you'll just hear a loud scream. Now, stories of the Rake have supposedly been around since the 60s, and there's stories of him supposedly from hundreds of years ago. Now, it's said that he's so silent and so quick that he can sneak into your room at night without you noticing. His favorite thing is to watch you sleep. Now, this is one of the earliest accounts, supposedly, from 1691. And it said, "He came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed I felt a sensation. He took everything. We must return to England. We shall not return here again at the request of the Rake." Now,
wait, where the hell were you to begin with? Were you like in America? I'm sorry to all foreigners. America is just not safe.
there have been tons of stories like this. People saying that the Rake told them to do something, told them to kill someone, told them to kill themselves. Well, this story in 2006 is really scary. A woman claimed that her husband grabbed her screaming and woke her up because he saw the Rake. Here's what she said. "After adjusting to the dark for half a second, I was able to see what caused the strange reaction. At the foot of the bed, sitting and facing away from us, there was what appeared to be a naked man, or a large hairless dog of some sort. Its body's position was disturbing and unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car or something." Well, that woman claimed that after that, the Rake attacked her daughter. And according to her, her daughter's last words were, "He is the Rake." I don't know if you've ever had sleep paralysis, but I have. Sometimes you tend to, look around the room and see a dark figure. It happens a lot. Well, some people think that that is the Rake. And he's...
Stop, I'm gonna cry. No. I swear to God, if I die in my sleep, it's because of this video.
the reason that you're paralyzed. Now, there is a video out there that...
He's the reason that I'm paralyzed. I thought it was a demon. Now it's this thing called the Rake. What? I guess this is why I don't watch Shane's videos for a while and then I binge them later because I'm always scared I'm gonna die somehow.
people claim is the Rake, and it is very creepy.
Que sí, collons, que sí, tia.
Why would you go out?
Escolta,
No.
ho sents o no?
I swear to God, if I get jump scared, I can't see it. If I can't see it, then it's not there, right? Oh, I see it. Dang it. Why would y'all make noise?
I know, fucking terrifying.
Who
Obviously, that
what's
could
at
be
night?
fan-made, but still. Just the thought of a creepy thing watching you sleep. I already don't sleep, so that's just gonna make it worse. Okay, now this next myth, I am warning you, has some really intense sounds. This is the myth that somebody recorded the sounds of hell. So back in 1989, a team of Russian engineers were drilling a hole into Siberia for an unknown project. Now the team was drilling and going farther and farther into the ground. Now they were incredibly deep, and then they hit something. What they hit was a big open cavity. Now, they are super deep in the earth, almost near the center. And what they did was literally crack into what felt like a chocolate bunny, a hollow chocolate bunny, which means what the fuck was in there? So they wanted to see what was in the center of the earth. So they decided to drop in a heat-resistant microphone. Now, supposedly, when they brought back up the recording and listened to it, what they heard were the sounds of hell. You could hear the screaming of hundreds of people. You could hear the pain. You could hear agony. You could hear sheer terror. It literally sounded like thousands of people being tortured and begging somebody to stop. Now, I am about to show you the recording right now, and once again, I am warning you, it is incredibly intense. So here is...
Heard it from him. Incredibly intense. If you don't want to finish the video, completely understand. I don't know what's about to happen. I'm kind of terrified. But just, yeah, he said it, I said it, thank you.
Supposedly, the sounds of hell. actually, like, literally gives me goosebumps. Just hearing people in agony, just, oh my god. Now, of course, this is a myth, so it is probably not real. Supposedly there's a movie named Barren Blood, and this was just like an audio clip from it. But either way, just hearing the story and then thinking about it being hell when you hear that audio, I'm actually never going to sleep again. Between the rake and the sounds of hell, fuck. Never seeing my bed. Alright, now this last
No, between the rake and Mr. Bear, I'm never freaking sleeping again. Like, bed who? This bed that I'm sitting on right now, never again. Bye.
that we're going to talk about. I don't even know if this is a myth because it's real, but this is the myth of Lily E. Gray's grave. Now, as you guys know, cemeteries can be the scariest places in the world. As you're walking around, you realize that you're walking on top of dead bodies. If you say the wrong thing or are disrespectful in the cemetery, the spirits can get mad and follow you home. All in all, cemeteries can be one of the creepiest places ever. Well, there's nothing creepier than this grave in Salt Lake City. There is a grave of a woman named Lily E. Gray, and on it, it says that she is the victim of the Beast 666. And this is not a myth, this is real. Check it out.
The notorious Lily E. Gray, June 6, 1881 to November 14, 1958. Victim of the Beast 666.
I know. That is real. Like, it's engraved on the gravestone. Now, nobody really knows the truth about this. I mean, the main theory is that she was involved in satanic rituals and it got too far. But besides that, the only thing that people know is that she was a victim of the Beast 666. Well, there you guys go. Those are some of the scariest internet myths. If you enjoyed this video and you want more scary internet myths, please give me a thumbs up so I know. Also, make sure to subscribe.
Okay, guys. Well, yeah, make sure you subscribe to Shane. Let me just like this video real quick. Oh, whoa, he's at 9 mil. I'm shook. Last time I checked, he was at 7. Whoa. Well, that's how you know I don't pay attention. Like, I watch his videos all the time. I just never look at the subscriber number. I'm so proud. He's almost at 10 mil. That's great. But yeah. I'm never gonna sleep again, actually. Make sure you subscribe to Shane. Comment on that video. Give it a thumbs up and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you all know who Shane is, the people that watch me, but I'm still gonna leave this stuff in the description anyways, because why not? I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm so freaking, like, I'm actually freezing right now, and it's not even cold in my house. Like, that gave me chills. And but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, because I make videos every single Tuesday and Saturday, and comment which one of those myths freaked you out the most, because I think for me it's the time between the rake, the girl at the beginning, I don't remember what they called her, but I just remember she was like, I'm God, and I was like, and Mr. Beast, for 3 different reasons. The rake, because, like, I hate the idea of somebody watching me while I sleep, and that's freaking terrifying, especially because I have sleep paralysis, and the fact that people are like, oh yeah, that's him, like, no, gosh, please don't. That girl, because it was like, what? Like, who is she? What? Like, huh? And then the Beast, because pedophiles just freak me out no matter what place or wherever I'm at, because pedophiles are disgusting. Like I said, you know, subscribe to all my stuff. I'll leave my social medias in the link below. Subscribe to the Shane stuff. And I love you guys. I'll be back with another reaction video real soon, because I kind of like doing that now. I think reaction videos are kind of cool. As I said before on Twitter, I think it was, that my channel was going to be kind of changing, because I didn't start off doing just story times, and I don't want my channel to be just story times, because that's not, like, you know, I feel like eventually it gets boring, and sometimes it's tiring filming story times constantly. So I'm going to start doing, like, reaction videos, vlogs, because this right here is like my vlogging camera, but I also can use it to record reaction videos, stuff like that. So yeah, reactions, vlogs, DIYs, maybe baking videos, I'm not really sure yet, and still reactions, I said reactions, I meant story times, rants, just stuff like that, but stay tuned, because my channel is going to be doing really big things soon, so